Mr. Clerk, let's call this regular meeting of the Providence City Council to order.
Council President Matos,
Present.
Councilwoman Anthony, Councilwoman Castillo, Councilman Correa,
Present.
Councilman Espinal, Councilwoman Harris,
Present.
Councilman Igliozzi,
Present.
Councilwoman Kerwin, Councilwoman LaFortune, Councilwoman Miller, Councilman Narducci is absent, Councilwoman Ryan,
Present.
Councilman Salvatore,
Present.
Councilman Taylor. You have 13 present and 1 absent. You have a quorum.
Thank you. The invocation is going to be given by Councilman Pedro Espinal.
Our Lord and Savior, we come to you once again to ask that you guide us as we faced difficult and important decisions in our attempt and duty to move our city forward. It is upon you that we relied and we prayed for your knowledge and understanding. Amen.
The Pledge of Allegiance is going to be led by Councilwoman Mary Kay Harris.
I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States
of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Clerk.
Approval of minutes. Item 3, Journal of Proceedings number 3 of the regular meeting of the City Council held February 6, 2020, and Journal of Proceedings number 4 of the special meeting of the City Council held February 10, 2020.
Madam President,
Leader Ryan.
move approval of item 3.
Second.
The motion has been made and second to approve item number 3. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I have it.
Appointments by His Honor the Mayor. Communication
Madam
from
President,
Leader Ryan.
move to waive reading of item 4 and receive.
Second.
Motion has been made and second to waive the readings of item number 4, and the item is going to be received. All those in favor? Opposed? The ayes have it.
Item 5, communication from His Honor the Mayor dated
Madam
February 14th.
President.
Leader Ryan.
I move to waive the reading of items 5 through 8 and refer to the Committee on Finance.
The motion has been made and second to waive the readings of item number 5 through 8, and these items are going to be referred to the Committee on Finance. All those in favor? Opposed? The ayes have it.
Item 9, appointments by the President of the City Council.
Madam
Leader
President.
Ryan.
Move that we waive the reading of items 9 and 10 and receive.
Second.
Motion has been made and second to waive the readings of item number 9 and 10, and the items are going to be received. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
Presentation of ordinances. Item 11, Council
Madam
President
President.
Matos.
Leader Ryan.
Waive the reading of item 11 and refer to the Committee on Ordinances.
Second.
Motion has been made and second to waive the readings of item number 11, and it's going to be referred to the Committee on Ordinance. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
Item 12, Councilman Salvatore, Councilwoman
Leader Ryan.
Anthony.
Madam President, I waive that we waive the reading of item 12 through 15 and refer to the Committee on Finance.
Second.
The motion has been made and second to waive the readings of item number 12 through 15, and the items are going to be referred to the Committee on Finance. All those in favor?
Madam President,
Councilman Salvatore.
thank you, Madam President. I want to speak briefly on item number 13. Some of you are wondering why this matter is in the form of an ordinance. I'm not going to belabor the points that I've made about homeowners who were overcharged for DPW fines in the past. However, I am concerned that after the internal auditor did her due diligence and discovered that $30,000 in refunds are owed to Providence taxpayers who are overcharged in DPW fines, this seems to be a non-issue for certain people. Now, when I go into a retail store and I'm overcharged or I'm double charged, the next thing that happens is I'm issued a refund. And $30,000 might not seem like a lot of money in an $800 million budget, but we as a city overcharged our residents, and that's not right. So, Madam President, I'm asking that the Finance Committee take this matter up sooner rather than later, and let's get these refunds out to our residents who deserve them. Again, it's not a lot of money, but it's the right thing to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Motion has been made and second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
Item 16, Council President Matos, Councilwoman Anthony, Councilwoman
Madam
Castillo.
President?
Leader Ryan, can we read the item? I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Resolution of the City Council, whereas Article 1, Section 2 of the United States Constitution requires that the census be conducted every 10 years to count the population, and whereas households will be invited to complete the 2020 census questionnaire beginning on March 12, 2020, and whereas an incomplete count of Rhode Island's population in the 2020 census will likely result in the loss of a congressional seat in the United States House of Representatives, which would leave the state with only one congressional delegate for the first time since 1789. And whereas population data collected during the 2020 census will help determine the allocation of more than $680 billion in federal funds among the states each year for the next 10 years, and whereas Rhode Island receives approximately $3.8 billion in federal funds each year, comprising more than 1/3 of the state's annual budget, and whereas these federal dollars represent funding for education, healthcare, transportation, public safety, small businesses, housing, clean water, waste disposal, and other community programs and services, and whereas local jurisdictions across Rhode Island use census data to make decisions concerning the need for infrastructure projects, economic development programs, job training, health services, and other community resources. And whereas a lack of public awareness about the purpose of the census and its importance for our communities, exacerbated by widespread misinformation about the census, may result in a disproportionate undercount of historically marginalized communities, particularly among immigrants and individuals with limited English proficiency. And whereas for the first time in the United States history, the census will be conducted primarily online, creating potential barriers for communities with limited internet access. And whereas 1/4 of Rhode Island's population lives in hard-to-count census tracts, where obtaining a fair and accurate count has historically proven to be difficult, including such communities as Woonsocket, Central Falls, Pawtucket, Providence, West Warwick, South Kingstown, and Newport. And whereas it will require the united action of all of Rhode Island cities and towns to ensure a complete and accurate count in the state, and furthermore, it will be vitally important for city and town governments to be active in supporting local census outreach and education efforts through a variety of means, including presentations, websites, electronic newsletters, social media posts, and mailings. Now therefore be it resolved that this council recognizes the critical importance of a complete and accurate census count in 2020 and actively encourages all residents to participate in the 2020 census beginning on March 12, 2020, and to become involved in peer education and outreach about the census. And be it further resolved that every council member will promote participation in the census by signing up for the pledge tool by texting pledge to 401-205-3434, that every council member will consider other ways to promote census participation, including integrating messages into regular constituent communications, and that every council member will help increase the count in their respective wards using the resources and materials developed by the Rhode Island Complete Count Committee in their census promotion efforts.
Thank you. Leader Ryan.
Madam President, I move that we waive the reading of item 16 and pass on a voice vote.
Second.
Thank you. Motion has been made and seconds to waive. We just read the item.
You read the resolution, ma'am.
Yeah, you're right. So waive the reading of the item and pass on a voice vote. Councilwoman Miller.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you for your leadership on this resolution. Thanks to all of my colleagues for their leadership on this resolution. Look, I think we know what's at stake in the census this year. I think we know that there's been a lengthy conversation nationally that could depress people participating, and we're talking about $3.8 billion to Rhode Island. I can't think of a group of people who know their neighborhoods more, who have more trust in our neighborhoods. This is an opportunity for us to come together to work on behalf of our city, to make sure that everyone knows the census is happening, knows how to participate, and that we can take that pledge and move forward. So I just want to thank everyone for supporting this resolution, and I'm excited to work together to move this forward.
Thank you. The motion has been made and second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
Item 17, Councilwoman
President.
LaFortune.
Leader Ryan.
Motion to waive the reading of items 17 through 19 and refer the Special Committee on Legislative Affairs.
Second.
The motion has been made and second to waive the readings of item number 17 through 19 and refer this to the Committee on Legislative Affairs. All those in favor? Oh,
Aye.
I'm sorry, Councilwoman LaFortune.
Sorry. I would just like to say a few words on items 17 to 17, 18, and 19. These are all bills at the state level that I hope that we can actually support, which actually protect tenants. One is a bill that would seal or unseal court files and residential eviction proceedings. The other one would require landlords to provide a certification that basically states that this residential property or this unit is appropriate to rent, is in good condition, and the other one would give tenants options in terms of their security deposit. We know that it is already challenging to find a rental property in our city. That's number one. And number two, then there's the cost that's associated with it. For Resolution 19, this would amend the Landlord-Tenant Act, the Residential Landlord and Tenant Act, which would allow the tenant to, instead of providing a security deposit in addition to first month's rent, they could go through a third party and pay a monthly installment. Or the other option would allow the landlord for them to pay a certain percentage upfront rather than pay everything altogether, which is quite difficult for some people to come up with that amount of money. But we do need to think about just the costs and also the burdens on our tenants, but also ensuring that when they are renting a property, that the property is in good condition. As a person who's a lead poison survivor, I think it's important for people, whatever rental properties that are out there, there should be some sort of certification saying that this property is up to code, there's no lead, everything that the landlord was required to take care of is taken care of. So I would ask the council, instead of sending it to committee, if we could vote in support of this on the floor. Thank you.
Madam President,
Councilman Salvatore.
out of an abundance of caution, I'll be recusing myself on the referral to committee.
Mr. Clerk, take a note of it. Councilwoman Anthony.
I'd like to add my name to co-sponsor 18, please.
And I apologize, Madam President, items 17 through 19.
Mr. Clerk.
So noted.
Any further discussion?
Madam President, if there's no objection, I'd like to add my name to 17 through 19.
So Councilwoman Miller, Councilwoman Kerwin. Any other council members? The motion has been made and second, and the items are going to be referred to committee. I would like to have further conversation with you about it. Actually, I would like to co-sponsor them, but I know that there are some council members that have some questions, and we can bring it in committee, hopefully, as soon as possible and have a discussion about it, okay? Mr. Clerk, I would like to co-sponsor the items also. Thank you.
So noted.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
Item 20, Councilwoman Ryan, Anthony, and Councilman Espinal, resolution endorsing and urging passage of, by the General Assembly, of Senate Bill S. 2513 and House Bill 2020 H-7611, Act relating to health and safety, Beverage Container Deposit Recycling Act of 2020.
Madam President,
Leader Ryan.
move that we pass this item on a voice vote.
Second.
The motion has been made and second to pass item number 20 on a voice vote. All those in favor?
Madam President, discussion?
Discussion, yes?
I'd like the opportunity to stand and speak on this resolution.
Leader Ryan?
Thank you. I stand in support and urge passage of Senate Bill S-2513 and House Bill H-7611 regarding an incentive program for beverage container deposit recycling. Recycling has been a major issue in the state of Rhode Island as the cost burden associated with recycling is increasing every year for local cities and towns. Although the Johnston landfill is set to close by 2038, it is becoming increasingly common for recycling shipments to be rejected by the Rhode Island Resource Recovery Center. This current practice forces otherwise recyclable material to end up in our landfill. Along with increasing financial costs, the environmental risks associated with plastics and other recyclable material contaminating local waterways can no longer be ignored. It is time for Rhode Island to come together to put a stop to the financial and environmental risks associated with our current recycling practices. These companion bills will work to help Rhode Island alleviate the rising municipal costs through the use of redemption centers that incentivize the collection of recyclable beverage containers. Redemption centers eliminate the potential for contamination that comes with curbside recycling by collecting and sorting recyclable beverage containers on site, thereby reducing the risk of recyclables ending up in the environment or the Johnston landfill, where they can take 100 or even thousands of years to break down. A bottle recycling program also creates the possibility of kickstarting a new industry here in Rhode Island for those wanting to operate redemption centers. I want to express my gratitude to the sponsors up on the Hill for this important piece of legislation, companion legislation, and encourage you all to support the resolution urging passage tonight.
Madam President,
Councilwoman Harris.
if it's okay with, I'd like to co-sponsor.
Absolutely.
Any other council members? Councilwoman Castillo? Councilman Salvatore? I would like to co-sponsor also.
So noted.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Yeah, I have it.
Item 21, Councilwoman Ryan, Councilman Taylor, and Correa, resolution
Leader
requesting
Ryan?
annual.
Madam President, motion to waive the reading of items 21 and 22 and pass in a voice vote.
Second.
The motion has been made and second to waive the readings of item number 21 and 22, and these items are going to be passed on a voice vote. All those in favor? Opposed? The ayes have it.
Reports from committee. Committee on Finance, Councilman John J. Igliozzi, Chairman, transmits the following with recommendation the same be severally adopted.
Madam President,
Leader Ryan?
motion to waive the reading of items 23 and 24 and pass for the first time on a roll call vote.
Second.
The motion has been made and second to waive the readings of item number 23 and 24, and these items are going to be passed for the first time on a roll call vote. Mr. Clerk?
Council President Matos.
Aye.
Councilwoman Anthony. Councilwoman Castillo. Councilman Correa. Councilman Espinal. Councilwoman Harris.
Aye.
Councilman Igliozzi.
Aye.
Councilwoman Kerwin. Councilwoman LaFortune. Councilwoman Miller. Councilman Narducci is absent. Councilwoman Ryan.
Aye.
Councilman Salvatore. Councilman Taylor. You have 13 ayes and 1 absent. The several matters passed for the first time on a roll call vote.
Thank you.
Transmits the following with recommendation the same be approved. Item 25.
Madam President,
Leader Ryan?
move we waive the reading of item 25 and pass on a voice vote and refer back to the Board of Contract and Supply.
Second.
The motion has been made and second to waive the readings of item number 25, and this item is going to be passed on a voice vote, and it's going to be referred back to the Board of Contracts and Supply. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
Transmits the following with recommendation the same
Madam
be received and
President.
approved.
Leader Ryan?
Motion to waive the reading of items 26 through 28 and receive and approve.
The motion has been made and second to waive the readings of item number 26 through 28, and these items are going to be received and approved. Chairman Iglesias.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to take a moment, by the way, to actually thank the administration. The three individuals you see in front of you, Ms. Allen, Seabury, and of course, I believe I see Dr. Goldberg in the audience, I believe. I have to commend the administration. They have sent, several excellent folks who've been willing to serve on city committees or commissions or boards, and these folks right here, Ms. Goldberg in the audience, is just an exemplary, great example, I should say, of how, and we have folks in Providence who are willing to give their time, energy, and effort and to participate here, and also commend the administration for, by the way, find these folks willing to serve. So I got to commend the administration, I got to commend the committee for doing it, and also especially commend the folks willing to serve, and I want to thank them, and if you can make hopefully I'm sure the council members will approve, but I think it would be important that if you could just also acknowledge, I believe, the doctor in the audience, if I may ask.
Congratulations. The motion was made and second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
From the clerk's desk, item 29, petitions for compensation and for injuries and damages.
Make a motion to severally refer to Committee on Claims and Pending Suits, item 29.
Second.
Motion has been made and second to refer item number 29 to the Committee on Claims and Pending Suit. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
Communications and
Madam
reports,
President.
item 30.
Leader Ryan?
Motion to waive the reading of item 30 and receive.
Second.
Motion has been made and second to waive the readings of item number 30, and the item is going to be received. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
Presentation of resolutions and congratulations. Item 31, Council President Matos and members of the City Council, resolution extending congratulations.
Leader Ryan?
Motion to pass item 31 on a voice vote.
Second.
Motion has been made and second to pass item number 31 on a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Presentation of resolutions in memoriam. Item 32, Council President Matos and members of the City Council, resolution extending sympathy.
Leader Ryan?
Motion to pass item 32 on a unanimous rising vote.
Second.
The motion has been made and second to pass item number 32 on a unanimous rising vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Leader Ryan?
Madam President, motion to adjourn, seeing there's no more business before this honorable body, till our next regularly scheduled meeting on March 19th.
Second that motion.
Motion has been made and second to adjourn. All those in favor? We're adjourned.